settled in well. The lads have been good with obviously myself, but all the new lads as well. I think there's half of the squad are staying at Fingal Glen at the minute as well, so that's probably helped. Obviously spent quite a bit of time with the lads down there as well, so no, all in all settled in well. I'm enjoying it.
And what do you make of the area?
Yeah, really nice. I'm told it's not this warm all the time down here, but it's been unbelievable since I've been here. I don't think can't have had more than 2 or 3 days of rain, so no, can't complain. Been out obviously when my family come down and that, and seen quite a bit of the area, and it's been really nice. Friendly people and everything, so no, obviously that's a big part of the settling in as well, so no, everything, not got a bad word to say about the place really.
And you mentioned when you signed you were impressed by the manager's vision for the club. Has this continued, and what else have you been impressed by?
Yeah, it has definitely. Obviously we got off to a really good start. Had a little bit of a blip in the last week, but everybody knows that you get those in football. But no, obviously it was the manager's vision and everything really. I mean, the facilities are good, and obviously the manager's assembled a good squad and added a good group of players to the lads that were already here. So no, as I say, hopefully we'll kick on again from here.
I suppose you could say there has been a few ups and downs coming in, starting and scoring on your debut, then an injury, and then a couple of losses. What have you made of it?
Yeah, obviously disappointed with the injury at Morecambe. I don't usually get muscle injuries as well, so it was quite a surprise. I don't know if it was anything to do with obviously the journey the day before. It took probably a lot longer than it would usually due to the traffic and things. I think it was 9 hours all in, and it was literally my first movement of the game, and I just felt my groin. Obviously I couldn't recover. It did stop my momentum a little, as you say, because it was a great debut the week before, winning the game and scoring, as you say, on my debut. So, and then ultimately, of course, I missed a couple of games after that, so it stopped me a little. But obviously, results-wise, we had a really good start. As I say, in the last week, we've just had a slight blip. Hopefully, that's all it is, and you do get them in the season. I'm old enough now, I've had worse weeks in football, so they always say obviously don't get too high with the highs and too low with the lows, and I think that's kind of the approach we'll take with it. As I say, we did have a good start and nobody was too high with that, and unfortunately we come off the back of 2 disappointing defeats. But yeah, as I say, it can happen. We are going to lose games this season. I think when you lose back to back, it hurts a little bit more, so there's a great determination starting obviously today to put that right. Training was good today. There was no moping. Everybody was positive, and we look forward to 2 good games this week as well.
And just if we go back to your debut, could it have gone much better for yourself?
No, not really. Obviously, to score my first goal and our first goal of the season was great. I think it's the best we've played so far this season. I don't think we've managed to match that performance-wise just yet since. As I say, as a performance, I think we were really good that day, and kind of carried our pre-season form into that game, and as I say, just little things we've just maybe quite not reached that level again since, but I've huge confidence that we will get back to that level. As I say, although we weren't playing too well at that point, we managed to pick up wins, and unfortunately in the last 2 games we haven't played anywhere probably near our level. And of course we've lost the 2 games, so but as I say, today was bright. No sulking. We're very determined to put that right with these 2 games that we've got coming up.
And the past 2 league results, can you put it down to anything, or is it just, I mean, they're obviously top quality opposition in this league, aren't they?
I think, yeah, as you say, good opposition, but I think we always look at ourselves, and unfortunately we didn't play well enough in the 2 games to get anything out of them. I think maybe the MK Dons game, I don't think anybody would have argued maybe if that ended up a draw. Of course, circumstances on the day with the 2 handballs, the sending off and the 2 penalties, it just worked against us. I think Saturday there was nothing in that game obviously until they went 1-0 up, and unfortunately we just didn't recover, and then it was 2-0, and it was always going to be difficult from there with the way Lincoln's set up and the way they play. They're a really solid side, big side, and it was difficult to get back into the game on Saturday, and I think we'll look at ourselves on that one, that we didn't stay in the game at 1-0, get in at half time, and then you're in the game. I think at 2 it was, as I say, difficult against probably one of the better sides in the league, certainly. They've got good players for this level. But it was, as I say, it was disappointing, but you have to put that behind you now. We will lose games, as I say. It's up to us, of course, that we don't lose too many. And we've got good games now to look forward to, and I've every confidence in this squad of players that we have, and with the fans behind us and the staff, I'm sure we'll be absolutely fine.
Because it's often about how you bounce back from defeats and things like that. There's plenty of character around the squad, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. They're good lads here. A lot of experience as well. Obviously, the management, the staff, Eric and people like that, they bring a lot of experience as well. So there's certainly no panic from ourselves. Of course, we'll need those experienced heads to help in situations like this, where you do have bad weeks, as I say, but they're going to come, and unfortunately, as the season goes on, we'll have more weeks like that. It's just, as you say, how you bounce back from them, and as I say, this morning I could see in the training there's a real determination about us, every one of us. We all hate losing. There's a lot of angry people in the change room after the game on Saturday, as you can imagine. But as I say, it's how you bounce back, and we have to forget that. It's gone now, there's nothing we can do about it, and it's just something that we have to use now as motivation, as something for us to improve moving forward.
And we move on to Notts County. Imagine they'll be keen to impress their new manager after a difficult start, won't they?
Yeah, they will. I think early season, probably a lot of people will have fancied them to be up there, ourselves included. Obviously we've got Jono here who was there last year, and he speaks highly of obviously their playing squad. Obviously the management team, as you say, has changed now. They have a new manager, and as you know, usually with a new manager you usually get that, certainly in the early stage of an improvement. Obviously they didn't quite get that at the weekend. I know they went down to 10 men. No, it'll be another difficult game against obviously a team that I still believe will probably be challenging up the top end of the table come the end of the season. So it's a great game for us. It's the games you want to play in against the better teams and to test ourselves against. And we've had 2 disappointments, obviously with MK Dons and Lincoln, against obviously teams that we feel will be up there, as long with ourselves hopefully. So it'll be important for us to obviously improve against a third opposition, if you like, of who we feel may be up there at the end of the season.
What have been your impressions of St James Park? Because it's quite a unique ground, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Obviously, I think I've only ever played here once before in my career. It was a long time ago, and obviously where the new stand is now is the old stand before that, and you used to get changed over there. So no, the new stand's impressive. It looks really nice. It'll be good when that's open, obviously. I think it's always quite strange playing in any stadium really when only 2 sides of the stadium have people in it, so it can be quite strange at times, but I don't think it's affected us in any way really. I think once you're in the game, you're just concentrating solely on that game really, but the atmosphere has been good, particularly in my first game, the Carlisle game. The fans were brilliant, and I was surprised to see obviously so many people at the Ipswich game as well. It was a great turnout for the first round of the Cup as well, and they've been great. They've been great with myself, of course. Personally, they've been brilliant with me, and obviously they've backed the team all the way, even Saturday. It would have been easy enough for them to turn on us because it wasn't a great performance, but they didn't. They backed us, they stayed till the end, and it was good, obviously a good chance for us to just go over obviously at the end and just thank them obviously for their support. We will need them throughout the season, of course we will, and hopefully the great support they've gave us so far will continue.